Alright everyone, November over. Done. It's now December. So we're going to talk about all the things I did in November. Not as much as October, but still some fun things. So I think I want to start with shows I watched this month because there's very few of them, surprisingly. This was not the month for shows, but that's okay. I got a couple good ones. Starting with Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. This is a Hulu original show, and it took me a while to actually start this one, even though it has been on my list. And I loved it. Loved everything about this show. I thought it was a great little combination of murder mystery, but still funny. All the characters and the actors in this movie are awesome. If you are hesitant to see it because you don't know what it's about, watch it. It's one of those new shows with just a few episodes, so you'll get through it really fast. You'll get hooked. Promise. The next show I watched, and I don't even... It's hard to consider it a show because there's only like 4 episodes. Olaf Presents on Disney+. If you have seen Frozen 2, and you remember the scene where Olaf retells Frozen 1 and half of 2 to our new characters, he does it in like 2 seconds. And it's hilarious. I thought it was the funniest part of Frozen 2. I loved that scene. So, in this show, we have Olaf retelling some of our Disney classics. It starts out with The Little Mermaid, which is by far the funniest of all the episodes. But he also does Aladdin, Lion King, Rapunzel. Oh gosh, I think there's one more, but I don't remember what it is.
Moana.
Thank you, Mom. Moana. Super short. You can watch all of them in 15 minutes. I have to recommend every single one. Adored these little 4-minute shorts. Then the final show I watched was Supergirl series finale, and I watched this live on the CW. Now, I have watched Supergirl since I think I watched some of the episodes in season 1 was on CBS, but committed to it when it switched to the CW. I love her. I love her as Kara Danvers. I love her as Supergirl. I think she just does a amazing job at this character, and I really just loved this show. Of course, got boring weird in the last couple seasons, but I think it really finished out strong, especially since they brought back a lot of the original characters. I'm gonna miss this show so much. As you guys know, I did a whole Arrow watch, and like at the end of that I was like, oh man, there goes my characters. I feel like it's coming for The Flash and I don't want it to, but all these shows have been on so long and they've crossed over so much. It's just such... They're such a family to me, and I'm going to miss her so much. Ugh, goodbye, Supergirl. Loved all, oh geez, 6 seasons? I don't know what season this was, but it was the final season. So yeah, those were the 3 shows I watched this month. Anyways, moving on to movies. Guys, quite a bit of movies this month. I saw 2 movies in the theater. I watched Marvel's Eternals, did a whole review on that one. Actually pretty good. And then Disney's newest animated movie, Encanto, did a whole review on that too. Gave this movie 2 thumbs up. This was such a fun, colorful musical that I really expect out of Disney animation now. So this one lived up to my standards. It's so nice to be back in the movie theater again. And to say I saw 2 movies in the theater this month is very exciting for me. So those 2 in the theater. Other movies I watched Coco on the 1st of this month for Day of the Dead. I think this is a great movie to watch anytime, really, but it's a great movie when I'm eating Mexican food and celebrating everyone who's passed on, and I just had a great night watching Coco. And that was on Disney+. Also on Disney+, Sister Act. I had absolutely no idea why I decided to watch this movie. I was not tired. I wanted to watch something light, and I've been seeing it on the kind of the searches and scrolls that I've been doing on Disney+, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this one. It's gonna be fun. I love this movie, and I forgot how much I love this movie. And I have sung a lot of these songs in this movie throughout my life since I've seen this, and it was a great fun watch. If you haven't seen Sister Act in a while, now is the time to revisit it. Also on Disney Plus, I watched Ever After. This is the Cinderella movie I wanted to rewatch after watching the Amazon Cinderella, I was like, I want to watch Ever After. It's been a long time. I kind of forgot a lot about this movie, and everybody in it is so young, but still this movie holds up to all my Cinderella expectations. So I have a lot of Cinderella movies at the like, oh, these are my favorite Cinderellas. There's like 10 Cinderellas up there. This is one of them. I think that they just do such a good job with this retelling in a lot of the movies. So anyways, if you haven't seen this one in a while, watch it too. Then I rewatched The Jungle Cruise, also on Disney Plus. It was a big month for Disney Plus for me. This movie's just so lighthearted and fun, and I feel like when you miss the parks, this is a good one to watch. It has all the stupid jokes from the ride that we know and love, so it's kind of a fun rewatch. Just as good the second time around. I actually think this might have been the third time I watched it. I don't know, but still just as good. Love Emily Blunt, love The Rock. Oh, here's one that was not on Disney Plus. This is a Netflix one, The Princess Switch 3. This is the third installment of the Vanessa Hudgens Christmas Princess saga. So the first one, they switch places. The third one, they switch places, and then a third girl comes in, and then this one has all the same characters with a whole new storyline. This is the cheesy Christmas movie that I need in my life, so I watched it. Also on Netflix, I watched Love Hard, another Christmas movie. Really enjoyed this one. Was kind of hesitant because I wasn't 100% sure what it was about, but I was like, oh, it looks kind of like Holiday that I watched last year with Emma Roberts. Very similar to that. This is a good family movie. The story's sweet, the characters are great, like everything's predictable, but I didn't care. Loved it. I love the Christmas movies. I mean, I think the reason that this month's list is so short is because I probably watched like 30 Hallmark Christmas movies, and that's probably lowballing it. I watched a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies because I just love them. I love how cheesy they are, and that's why I'm kind of a sucker for all these holiday movies. Also, I watched the Ciao Alberto short on Disney Plus. This is kind of a Luca short, and by short I mean short. It's only 15 minutes. I was like, I want more. You guys know how much I love Luca, and I was super stoked to get a short, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this gets turned into a full-blown series, because I think it would be awesome. Also, I did go on one little trip. I went camping for a weekend, so that was a nice little getaway. And as you know, we had Thanksgiving, and we had a lovely little family Thanksgiving, Cinderella themed, of course. And that's kind of it for activities, holidays. Final thing I did in this monthly recap, not as exciting as last month, but still very exciting. I finished one book, The Matzo Ball. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last month when I was going over my books, but Carson and I have started a holiday book club. So anybody who wants to join, I've got a link to our Instagram in the bottom so you can kind of read along with us. We've just started our December book. But anyways, this was our Hanukkah book. This is a new book, and we saw it and we're like, well, clearly we have to read a Hanukkah book. This is a very light romance. Loved it. A lot of Jewish terms in here that I didn't exactly know what they were, but it's okay because you can get the gist of the story just from everything else, and it was super fun kind of to learn a little bit about their culture, and then the characters are so fun, and I think I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads. I'm not sure, but I would recommend it, especially now because this is the week of Hanukkah, so if not, pick it up next year. And that's it. I know it seems like a really light month. I really think it's because I watched so many Hallmark movies, but that's okay. 'Tis the season, right? And you guys should be very proud that I put out 3 of the 4 videos last month. I only missed 1 week, and that's because I went to Disney's Merriest Nights. Oh, that's one thing I did this month. I went to Disney Merriest Nights at Disneyland. I bought my tickets a long time ago, it was sold out, I was super excited, and it was wah wah. And I was gonna do a video on it, but it was not exciting enough to do a video. There was not cool things, there were not cool things going on. I have to say I was super disappointed in that. Fingers crossed that we get a little more Disneyland footage next month, but for now, I missed that week because the party was so lame. But I did go to Disneyland once. That's the bright side. Okay, now that is all I did this month. My name's Aubrey. I make new videos every Thursday, so make sure you subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I will see you guys next week. Okay, I have to say on video that I am aware now that Encanto is not a Mexican film, it is Colombian. You guys made that very clear, and I tried to say, okay, got it, thanks, but you keep coming at me with it. I am aware. I will go see it many more times to pick up on all the cultural references. Let it be known, let it be said, I have educated myself about it and will not make that mistake again. So let's just be like Elsa and let it go.